Hey, I'm trying out this live function. Came to share some tea with you guys. Really excited to just chat a little bit, tell you about this girl and just all the things that she was going through. Her man had her going through it. Um, so let me just jump in. This girl she was messing with, this dude named E. He was from Oakland Hills, and if you could believe it, he had two women. So he had this girl Hannah and another chick named Penny. um I don't know how he was pulling this off, but they both married him. Okay, it's just real scandalous stuff. Um and they're married or whatever. I know it couldn't be me. Y'all already know my story. But it seemed like Hannah and Penny were cool with it. I'm telling you from the perspective of Hannah, okay? But basically, it's between them and God, what they want to do with their business, polyamory, who knows what people are doing. Anyway, Penny ended up having all these kids for E. Whereas, no matter what Hannah did, it was like a desire that she had to have children, but no matter what, she just wasn't getting pregnant. And like every year Penny had more kids, was like every year Hannah was getting like more and more sad about not having them. And the crazy part is that it seemed like God wasn't letting Hannah get pregnant by E. And I'm like, girls, probably because it's such a messy situation. But whole time E is telling Hannah, and I think he really meant it, that he loved Hannah, but was not telling Penny that he loved Penny, even though she's giving him all these kids. So warning for all of y'all out there. But anyway, it was getting crazy, whatever. At this point, jealous Penny comes in. She gets all up in Hannah's face. She's talking about how she's more of a woman than Hannah. Hannah could never be like her. Blah 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 blah. All this stuff, right? And I think it was really out of jealousy that Penny was acting this way, because deep down I think she knew that E didn't really love her. Like, yes, he was going to have sex with her, he was going to get her pregnant, but didn't seem like he really loved her. And so, after all this messiness or whatever, Hannah's in this depression. She finally breaks down and she's like, I need to just like go to church. I need to go to the altar. I need to just tell God what is going on with me, because I'm going through it right now. And so she's weeping like tears and crying, and like her soul is being moved to the point where she's like praying in her heart, and she starts, moving her lips or whatever. And why does the pastor go over to Hannah, and he's like, not to like pray over her, not to comfort her. He goes over to Hannah and he's like, ma'am, you cannot be intoxicated in the church. And Hannah is like, sir, I am not intoxicated. I don't know why you would come over here and think that, but she was very respectful. Hannah's very respectful. So the pastor sends her off in peace. He actually gives her a blessing or whatever. And it's just like he didn't have to be rude like that, but at least he sent her off with a blessing. Okay. So long story short, Hannah was sweet as always. She started to feel more like herself. Her appetite was coming back. With depression, you start getting all frail and everything because you don't be eating. But she finally started to eat again. She started to look like herself. Her and E did what married people do, and Hannah ended up getting pregnant, right? Only this time it stuck. Like, she got pregnant and she was so excited to give birth to her son. She ended up naming him Sam. He was a little cutie, okay? And she did not even have to raise him, girl. Long story short, she ended up bringing him back to that same pastor and being like, you raised him. Can you believe that? Can you believe that Hannah did that? Anyway, this is a segment we're calling Holy Tea. And if you haven't caught on yet, this is from 1 Samuel 1 and 2 from the Bible. It is the story about Hannah and the birth of Samuel. And every rumor that was in there, or things that I was saying, were all just directly from scripture. I put my little twist on it. You know what I mean? Had to give a little razzle dazzle, as Kiona would say. But we changed some stuff around, took some creative license. You should absolutely go back and read 1 Samuel 1 and 2 so that you could get the story from the source. You should do that. And I would love for you to go to our comment section and tell us what we changed, what you didn't like, what you liked, and hoping this inspires you to get into your word more, especially the Old Testament. Girl, there is so much in there that is just like, oh my goodness, the scandal, the craziness that was going on, right? But I hope that it renews some hope and some faith, and just the fact that God can do anything. Also, plugging our merch real quick, I'm wearing the Chosen by Grace hoodie. Go to our Etsy storefront and purchase it if you would like. We love you so much. Hope you had a great Sunday, good day at church today, and that you have a blessed week. God's blessings upon you, and we will talk to you soon.